Have you ever wanted to build a super efficient flying plane in Tears of the Kingdom that can get you literally anywhere you want to go? Well, here's how. Just make sure to drop a like if this helps you out. There's only one special item you will need, the propeller. To get the propellers, head to this shrine near Terrytown and fuse some propellers to your items. You'll need at least 3, 6 would work if you want to do it for both sides, and you can grab as many as you want to try, but for this you're going to need at least 3. Next you'll head to Terrytown and have these items removed, and then you'll bring them down to where you want to make the build. For the second step, we're going to be using a glitch called stake nudging. The idea is to fuse 2 items together, in this case propellers, and fuse each of these to a stake. You're going to put the first one in the ground and then just leave it there, and the second one you're going to fuse the stake in a way that it will bring the top propeller down just a bit. Because stakes never budge an inch once they're in the ground, it will cause small shifts to happen to get the fusion to work properly. After each tiny nudge, simply use Ultra Hand to rebuild the last build. This resets the nudge tolerance and lets you repeat the process until eventually the 2 items are basically stuck inside the same space. Eventually you'll have something that looks like this. And at that point, you're going to leave both of these stakes into the ground, grab a third stake and add in the third propeller using the same process. Now it is probably possible to get 4 or more of these together, but I was not able to do it. I was able to do this though, so that was a weird glitch. It didn't stay around after I tried ultra handing it, so if you do find this, it's only there until you reset. Once you have those propellers fused into a jet turbine, attach one item and save it as one of your favorites. Along with your 2 jet turbines, you're going to need 4 big wheels, 2 stabilizers, a steering stick, and a glider. Let's focus on the wheels because that's the second hardest part to build. First, make sure your wheels are going to be pointing to the right once you install them. This is very important. If it spins the wrong way, the wind will blow away from you and you're just going to be eating dirt. You got to fuse the wheels in the way that one end touches the retracted wheel, so if you don't want to put them on the propeller first, you're going to need to fuse something random onto the top wheel and then fuse the middle of it to the bottom wheel. Once you put on the jet turbines, you're on to the next step. Finally, you got to put the plane together. The engines are going to go on each side. You're going to want to make sure that you have it more carefully aligned than I did. But if you do, it's not a huge deal because it clearly still worked for me. And it's very important that you angle the wheels forward 45 degrees. So make sure you use a stake on the base of the structure to keep it steady and lined up properly. The only complicated part left is the stabilizers. Now, theoretically, you could only use 1 stabilizer, but having 2 will give you more options, or rather, configurations for this vehicle. That's right, this plane uses gears. The first stabilizer is going to be pointing straight up for all 4 configurations, so attach that and don't mess with it. First gear, or the negative 45 degree configuration, will give you the most lateral movement and the least amount of height. Make sure you have a good runway for takeoff in this configuration, or you'll drag your nose up hills and you'll just not get anywhere. Gear 2, the 0 degree configuration, where both or only 1 stabilizer will stand straight up, will give you significant height and forward speed. It's a good baseline, but most of the time you're going to be doing a little too much height for your lateral movements and not enough lateral movements for your horizontal movements. It's a bad medium, but it gives you the best of both worlds. Gear 3rd is the positive 45 degree configuration, which will give you the most height while maintaining some forward movement, and this is the configuration you're going to want to use if you're going to get up to those sky islands. And then finally the 4th gear, which is the 90 degree configuration. This will bring you straight up with no movement. I can't think of when it's going to be useful, but hey, it's there and it works. So if you want to go straight up, 90 degrees. You can also use just 1 stabilizer at 45 degrees, which is the same angle as your wheels, that's why it's doing this, and you'll get the same effect. Congratulations! You now know how to build one of the most efficient jet plane designs in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments what you managed to build with this.